Embattled Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has claimed that those who recently petitioned the Independent National Electoral Commission for her recall are members of the All Progressive Congress. ATN reports that the suspended lawmaker who was elected under the platform of the People's Democratic Party is being recalled by her constituents. INEC recently acknowledged the receipt of the petition, but pointed out some missing information about the petitioners. In a subsequent statement, the electoral umpire said the missing information, which includes addresses and phone numbers of the petitioners, have been received. Addressing a mammoth crowd who gave her a rousing welcome during her homecoming on Tuesday, the lawmaker accused INEC of aiding and guiding the petitioners to enable them to perfect their illicit acts. She said, "From my personal perspective, what I see INEC doing is aiding and guiding petitioners on how to perfect their illicit acts. The first time the petition was submitted, they didn't have address, phone numbers and all of that. But INEC is out to guide them how to submit information that will perfect the petition. The petitioners who were from other party, the APC, now submitted a letterhead with an address that does not exist." Ndamzi, what do you make of this? You followed the story yesterday. It was all over social media. You followed the story yesterday. What do you make of this development?
Well, I will start by, saying that everybody in Nigeria have the right to express his or herself. And that right is an unhindered right. So the call by the Commissioner of Police banning the rally, the police in any way does not have the right to stop Nigerians to gather peacefully unless there is a reasonable suspicion of mayhem. Then they can derive the powers to do. But the Constitution of Nigeria allows every Nigerian to express oneself freely. That right cannot be taken away at all. Not even the IG can take that right away from the smallest Nigerian. Not even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can take that right away from anybody. Right to gather and express oneself is a constitutional right. It's a fundamental right and should be respected and should be allowed to thrive. Now, the recalling a legislature, it is constitutional. Section 69 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, allows constituents to do a petition to INEC in the event where they feel there is a loss of confidence. Your constituents can do a petition to recall you. And the Constitution says that petition must be 1/4 of the total voters in that constituency. Their signatures must be collected in line with the submitted petition. And the Constitution went ahead to say that INEC will verify the signatures. So the question now is this: how do you verify that those who actually signed the petition are the actual voters? The process is simple. They can do sample collection of fingerprints for the verification. In the case of Dino Melaye against INEC, during his time of attempted recall, Dino ran to Federal High Court, and the Federal High Court told him, no, the Constitution allows recall. If your constituents deem it fit that there is loss of confidence, they can recall you. He ran again to Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal told him, no. Recall is constitutional. Go back to your constituents. So it is a tedious process. And in the history of Nigeria, I don't think we have had a successful recall of a legislature because the processes are so tedious. It is not something INEC could just do now and they make it scale through. And then coming to INEC, we are calling on you. You have dealt with Nigerians so much. INEC have dealt with Nigerians so much. INEC have manipulated our votes. INEC have defended the manipulations. It is high time INEC stopped all this and be in line with what the constitution of the land says. There are constitutional stipulations on how all this can be done. When the signatures are verified, the constitution went ahead and say that INEC can now call for a referendum where the constituents the legislature is representing now votes to either by a simple majority of the votes kicks Natasha out. So you see, it is a very tedious process. INEC should be honest in this recall process. Nigerians,
how are they going to verify the people that actually voted?
That is the question.
The thing here is that the people, the petition that was signed and given to INEC has, I think, over 200,000. It's over 200,000 more than the people that actually voted for Senator Natasha. So where are the excess coming from?
Even though, you know, in Nigerian electoral system, you can't rule out magic. You can't rule out a situation where 4 times 4 becomes 50 something. You can't rule out that. But what the constitution is saying, that a fraction of the constituents.
So whether you voted or not.
So long as it is verified that that signature comes from a constituent. And like I opined before, the only way Nigerians should not be deceived by what INEC does, the only way signatures can be verified is by a forensic signature expert. Anything short of that. Because I saw something.
That thing, thumb printing. Because there is thumb printing in the voter's card. Even in the beavers, you have to thumb print and it will be matched.
That is where the digital forensic comes in.
You're right.
To decipher whether, because don't forget.
So what it means is that when that referendum comes, they have to pull out the beavers again. Because if you're coming that you are that you're a constituent, your voter's card and stuff will have to match.
What Natasha's lawyer ought to do at this stage is to go to court.
She said they already.
Yes, of course. They court, because I believe, I've not seen their processes, but I believe one of their prayers should be that court should ask INEC to show proof of the signatures.
That they were
actually from the constituents. Okay, see, they should stop this magical electoral system in Nigeria. It's becoming too much. It's becoming so annoying that INEC told Nigerians today that this petition was not in line with the rules. The next day, same INEC came and told us that the petitioners have submitted the signatures and phone number. I mean, they should stop all this.
The question would be when Natasha was alleging that INEC, was guiding them. If, I mean, the constitution is clear about it. If the petition was submitted and it's not up to par, it is not in line with the constitution, what INEC should have done ordinarily is to throw out that petition. They should start afresh.
That is
it. It appears that INEC is telling them, you did not sign here. There is no address
How
here.
do you tell me?
And then secondly, if the address, according to what Natasha is alleging, the address of the group, the so-called group that, it's handling this, does not exist. And secondly, the group itself, the address in that petition does not exist. And the group that orchestrated this is not even registered. How is INEC entertaining that letter up until now? How is INEC entertaining, that petition up until now if the group is not registered and the address does not exist?
Choma,
as we round up,
I am saying it in a national TV. That thing INEC is doing is wrong. You cannot tell me that someone submitted a petition today. You cautioned that the petition did not follow the rules of the commission or enshrined in the constitution. The next day,
how did they reach out to
over 200,000 persons the next day to get their addresses, to get their phone numbers? Look,
interesting.
We should get it right in this country. INEC should stop all this manipulation. And the presidency should search very well this time on whomever he wants to appoint as INEC chairman.
All right.
This particular one, Nigerians are not happy with him at all.
All right, very well.